Sun comes over mountains and valleys, turn to gold. Forests shed their winter and birds sing songs of hope. Lovely when you're right here beside me, love restoring. Oh, you make spring awaken my soul. I can hear the earth sing out, rhythm of our hearts beat loud, part of something so wild, untamable, magic in the atmosphere, ringing out strong and clear, playing on, it's so wonderful, wonderful. Holding on so tightly now, I've missed every sign. You come down to meet me and open up my eyes. Lovely when you're right here beside me, love restoring. Oh, you make spring awaken my soul. I can hear the earth sing out, rhythm of my heart beat loud, part of something so wild, untamable, magic in the atmosphere.
rise for the bride. May I ask who gives this woman to this man? Thank you. Please be seated. Welcome, family and friends. We are gathered here today to celebrate one of life's greatest moments as Bradford and Jessica, in their devotion, respect, and love for each other, choose to unite in the holy union of marriage. They want to share their love with their family and friends, not only in consciousness, but also in this ceremony. Brad and Jess would like to thank all of you for coming together today to celebrate their marriage, for your years of love, support, and friendship. They would also like to take a moment now to remember the loved ones who cannot be with us to share in this joyous moment. Although they might be absent physically, they are here with us in our thoughts and in our prayers. At this time, let us please take a brief moment of silence. Thank you. Today, Brad and Jess would like to begin this ceremony with an opening prayer. Let us pray. Bless this marriage, O God, as Bradford and Jessica begin their journey down the road of life together. We don't know what lies ahead, for the road turns and the bends, but help them to make the best of whatever comes this way. Help them to hug each other often, talk and laugh a lot. Help them to continue to enjoy each other as they did when they first met. Help them to realize that nothing nor no one is perfect, and to look for the good in all things and all people, including themselves. Help them to respect each other's likes and their dislikes, opinions and beliefs, hopes, dreams, and fears. Help them to learn from each other and to help each other grow mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Help them to realize that there is a design and a purpose in their lives, as in the world, and if they will hold on to each other, they will know that things have a way of working out for the good. Help them to create for their future children a peaceful, stable home of love as a foundation for which they can build their lives. Brad and Jess, marriage is the promise between two people who love each other, trust each other, who honor each other as individuals, and choose to spend the rest of their lives together. This ceremony does not create a relationship that does not already exist. It is a symbol of how far you've come these past few years. It's a symbol of the promises that you will make to each other to continue growing stronger as individuals and as partners. No matter what challenges you face, you now face them together. And no matter how much you succeed, you now succeed together. The love between you joins you now as one. Ultimately, my marriage prayer for you is this: that you will always remember the qualities that have attracted you to each other when you first met, and how you felt as your feelings of attraction turned into respect, admiration, and finally love. That you will work hard to turn your feelings of love into acts of love, so that nothing and no one can divide you. That you will always have kind and loving hearts that are quick to ask for forgiveness when you are wrong, as well as to forgive your partner when he or she is wrong. that your love might grow to hear all things, believe all things, hope for all things, and endure all things. I pray you place your marriage into each other's hands, and that your love increases and overflows beyond anything that you can imagine. At this time, I would like to share a reading titled Union by Robert Fulghum. You have known each other from the first glance of acquaintance to this point of commitment. At some point, you decided to marry. From that moment of yes to this moment of yes. Indeed, you have been making commitments in an informal way. All of those conversations that were held in a car or over a meal or during long walks, all those conversations that began with when we're married and continued with I will and you will and we will, all of those late night talks that included someday and somehow and maybe, and all those promises that are unspoken matters of the heart. All these common things and more are the real process of a wedding. The symbolic vows that you are about to make are a way of saying to one another, you know all those things that we've promised and hoped and dreamed? Well, I meant it, every single word. Look at one another now and remember this moment in time. Before this moment, you have been many things to one another. Acquaintance, friend, companion, lover, dancing partner, even teacher. For you have learned so much from one another these past few years. Shortly you shall say a few words to each other that will take you across a threshold of life, and things between you will never quite be the same. For after today you shall say to the world, this is my husband, and this is my wife. Jessica and Bradford, I remind you that love and marriage is a precious gift, a lifelong dedication to love, and a daily challenge to love one another more fully and more freely. With this understanding, do you, Bradford, take Jessica to be your beloved wife? Do you promise to respect and support her dreams, to laugh with her, to trust and always believe in her, to shelter her when times are difficult, to grow with her, to have faith in your journey together through all the changes that will come, and to faithfully love her forever with all of your heart?
I do.
Now, do you, Jessica, take Bradford to be your beloved husband? Do you promise to respect and support his dreams, to laugh with him, to trust and always believe in him, to shelter him when times are difficult, to grow with him, to have faith in your journey together through all the changes that will come, and to faithfully love him forever with all of your heart?
I do.
At this time, may I please have the rings? Can you two face each other? These rings are a little bit sweaty.
It gets sweatier.
Let us please bless these rings. These rings are circles, symbols that remind us of the sun and the earth and the universe, symbols of holiness, of peace and perfection, that which has no beginning and no end. And so in this moment, let us bring all of our blessings to these rings to also be symbols of unity, of joining, and of commitment. Let us grant that the strength and quality of love which Brad and Jessica have for each other now may endure the ages. Brad, please take this ring. And as you place it on Jessica's fingers, please repeat these words after me. I take you as my best friend.
I take you as my best friend,
My faithful partner and my one true love.
my faithful partner, and my one true love.
I promise to encourage you and inspire you,
I promise to encourage you and inspire you,
and to love you truly through good times and bad.
and to love you truly through good times and bad.
I will forever be there to laugh with you,
I will forever be there to laugh with you,
to lift you up when you are down,
to lift you up when you are down,
and to love you unconditionally all the days of my life.
and to love you unconditionally all the days of my life.
Now, Jessica, please take this ring.
All right.
And as you place it on Brad's finger, please repeat these words after me. I take you as my best friend,
I take you as my best friend,
my faithful partner,
my faithful partner,
and my one true love.
and my one true love.
I promise to encourage you and inspire you,
I promise to encourage you and inspire you,
and to love you truly through good times and bad.
and to love you truly through good times and bad.
I will forever be there to laugh with you,
I'll forever be there to laugh with you,
to lift you up when you are down,
to lift you up when you are down,
and to love you unconditionally all the days of my life.
and to love you unconditionally all the days of my life.
Very nice. Brad and Jess, as we come to the end of this ceremony, I ask that you please remember this important marriage advice. Let your love be stronger than your anger. Learn the wisdom of compromise, for it is far better to bend than to break. Look for the best in your beloved rather than the worst. Confide in your partner and ask for help when you need it. Remember that true friendship is the basis for any lasting relationship. Give your spouse the same courtesies and kindnesses you bestow upon your friends. And I think most importantly, say I love you every single day. Jessica and Bradford, as a collection of words, this ceremony would count for little were it not for the love and commitment that you have pledged to one another today. Your vows may have been spoken in minutes, but your promises to each other will last a lifetime. Having witnessed your vows for marriage with all who are assembled here, and by the authority vested in me, with great joy, I announce that you are now husband and wife. Brad, you may now kiss your bride. Friends, families, and guests, it is my honor to present to you for the first time as husband and wife, Mr. and Mrs. Bradford and Jessica Crawford.
Crash down to the real world now. I told you, you have my heart. We run to where we belong. I told you, you are the one. You're my satellite. Won't you take me higher than the sun? We can go all night till we find our light and show everyone nobody does it like us. When you're feeling down, I know I won't let go. I will catch you when you're spinning out. 'Cause it's the love we found. It's worth more than gold, better than anything I've ever known. When the world's too loud and I need a home, you will be the one that I can call. When the days are long and I've had enough, I know you will be there. 'Cause nobody does it better than us. Nobody does it better than us. Nobody does it better than us. Caught up in the feeling now, I keep it in my heart. We run to where we
and gentlemen, give yourselves a nice round of applause. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let us rise. Let us all please rise. I'd like to introduce to you the first time in public as husband and wife, the brand new Mr. and Mrs. Crawford. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, our newlyweds here this afternoon. And now I'd like to call upon Brad, would you kindly escort your lovely wife to the center of the dance floor. We'll share a beautiful song entitled Perfect. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say we give our bride and groom a nice big round of applause on that very special first dance? Nice round of applause, guys. And now at this time, I'd like to call upon the proud father, Ralph. Would you kindly escort your lovely daughter to the center of the dance floor? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's give nice proud dad and daughter a nice big round of applause on that very special father-daughter dance. Nice round of applause. Now at this time, I'd like to call upon Brad. Would you kindly escort your lovely mother to the center of the dance floor?
never alone. May your tears come from laughing. You found friends worth having. With every year passing, they mean more than gold. May you win but stay humble. Smile more than grumble. And know when you stumble, you're never alone. Never alone. Never alone. I'll be in every beat of your heart when you face the unknown. Wherever you fly, this is a goodbye. My love will follow you, stay with you, baby. You're never alone. Well, I have to be honest, as much as I wanted, I'm not gonna promise the cold winds.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say we give proud mom and such a nice big round of applause on that very special mother and son. Yes. And now at this time, I'd like to call upon Mr. Dennis, dancing with the bride, one more time. Another special father-daughter dance. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, let's give them a nice round of applause. Dennis and our beautiful bride, nice round of applause. I'd like to call upon Mary Beth and JR for the toast. May they have your attention, please.
Good afternoon, everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Jared Crawford, and I'm honored to be Brad's best man, along with our little brother Clint. I'd like to start out by congratulating Brad and Jess. Jess, you look absolutely radiant today. Brad, you look, okay, next. I don't know how many of you know this, but in 1981, Brad won the most beautiful baby contest at the Jersey Shore. And 36 years later, this is what you got. I'd also like to thank Darla and Ralph for hosting this beautiful reception and raising a wonderful daughter in Jessica. As well as Valerie and Greg for their continued support and giving us Brad. You did your best. Bradford has been my little brother since August of 1980 when he came into this world as a little red-headed tornado as my little brother. We did everything boys did growing up in the 80s and 90s. We rode big wheels, skateboarded, skiing, snowboards. There was no method of transportation that Brad couldn't get hurt on. Actually, most of his friends sitting here have been part of that disaster. That's one of the parts of Brad that I admire the most. His friendships span decades and even continents. There's people in this room that have traveled great distance in the United States and even from Spain and Germany to be here with him today. We could always be assured of meeting one of Brad's friends wherever we traveled around the world. His fun-loving energy was always contagious. When we were kids, his charisma and salesmanship was so great, his friends' parents adored him. They often invited him to their home as one of their own. The most amazing thing here tonight to me is there's so many people in this room that could have served as Brett's best man, and you would be right. The truth is, I assure you, all his friendships end up like brotherhoods. To Jessica, we are not only gaining a great sister, we're also gaining an awesome person in the family. And by the way, as you know, he's your responsibility now. So Jess and Brad, we wish you nothing but the best for a long and happy life together. It won't always be easy, but I assure you it'll always be worth it together. We love you both, and we look forward to making new memories as our family grows.
So please join us in raising a glass to congratulate the new Mr. and Mrs. Bradford Crawford.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, what do you say we give Mary Beth and JR a nice big round of applause on those very special words. Nice round of applause. And what do you say we give a nice big round of applause to our bride and groom? I said a nice big round of applause to our bride and groom. Well, ladies and gentlemen, our dancing will get started in just a few moments. Sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Well, you can try to tame this restless heart of mine, or you can lie right next to me under the sky. Yeah, I lust for adventure deep in my bones and falling in love in the great unknown. Let's fly to the edge of our hearts tonight. 'Cause beautiful things, so wild and free, like waves in the sea, like you and me. Oh, beautiful things, so wild and free, like wind through the trees, like you and me. Oh, I want the breathless nights, new faces in the city lights. I want your hand in mine, crowded places, unfamiliar sights. And boom goes my heartbeat deep in my chest as we take on the world, us against the rest. And bang goes the fireworks when we kiss. On the other side of the world can't fight it. 'Cause beautiful things, so wild and free, like waves in the sea, like you and me. Oh, beautiful things, so wild and free, like wind through the trees, like you and me. Oh, beautiful things, so wild and free, like waves in the sea, like you and me. Oh, beautiful things, so wild and free, like wind in the trees, like you and me. So tell me, what will you choose? Will you run, smile, be reckless tonight? So tell me, what will you do with your one wild, precious life? Beautiful things, so wild and free, like waves in the sea, like you and me. Oh, beautiful things, so wild and free, like wind through the trees, like you and